centuries ago, famed mathematician Katherine Johnson wrote, "The whole idea of going into space was new and daring. There were no textbooks, so we had to write them." Now, the United Federation of Planets stands on a new brink of exploration and learning, yet again pushing beyond the bounds of contemporary understanding, and for a new dawn proclaim proudly once again, these are the Voyages of.
First Officer's Log, Supplemental. Upon receiving scan data showing an asteroid traveling on a collision course with the wormhole, a small team took a runabout to investigate and redirect or destroy the object. Our investigation led to us being teleported to the center of the rock, which was in fact a preserver ship. Commander Anbara gained a limited understanding of the written language, discovering that this ship's last mission was to fix. Upon reaching the bridge, a preserver appeared before us, humming.
Hi everybody, and welcome to the Voyages of here on the Rook and Rasp channel. We'll be following the voyages of the USS Serenitis as its continued mission through the Gamma Quadrant. We're using the Star Trek Adventures system printed by Modiphius, and just as a quick reminder, while we love the stories and the system, we are not in any way affiliated with Modiphius. My name is Rob, and I'll be running the game tonight. And here with us, we have Amber as First Officer Halada. We have Jen as Commander Anbara. We have Matt as Lieutenant Commander Toxx, Garahar. And Danny as Lieutenant Rozrin, Irax. So, as we last left our intrepid crew, they had found themselves in a preserver ship, and in the last instance, they had activated something and are now face to face with what appears to be a preserver.
Does it it is a holographic projection, correct?
You are not quite sure about that.
Can I scan it with the tricorder?
Sure.
So that's going to be reason science, right?
Yeah, we'll say it's a difficulty of 2 because it is a very unknown entity.
Do you need any help?
I don't think you can help me because it's the tricorder, but I did get 2, so...
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah. You're reasonably sure it's a hologram or possibly some sort of construct. It does seem at least as real as anything on the holodeck, possibly more so.
Okay.
Do you speak standard? Because we cannot understand you.
The being, you feel it look at you, though, with the way the head is shaped and the way the eyes are kind of segmented, it's really hard to tell. And then he just hums the same 4 notes over again.
Is there a way I can use the computer interface I'm on to sort of issue like just like, hey, can we use this instead? What do you need me to roll anything for that?
You said you're going to use the computer interface to try to.
Yeah, to just try to communicate with it with the I don't want to say the written language, but the
Yeah,
2D
yeah.
language.
Yeah.
Um,
I think that would be probably a reason science roll.
okay. And it counts under cultural studies, yes or
Yes.
no? Okay,
Yep.
cool. All right.
I will say it is a difficulty of 3 because this is again something that's completely foreign.
Can I assist her?
Sure.
Please do. I got 1 success.
I got a crit.
Oh,
Yes!
awesome.
So that's 3. Good dice. Good dice.
All right.
Excellent.
No, it was just enough to get the success.
Yeah.
Correct.
As you're punching through, there's no like straight translation, but you're starting to get a vague understanding of how their language works.
Yeah.
Um,
Basically, yeah, she would just kind of be like, "Can we use this?"
it's going to issue forth several more notes and then sort of gesture behind you.
What's
Uh,
behind us?
yeah. I
Yep.
see like Anbara looks at the commander to like, should I look over there?
Yes,
Right.
I'll watch your back. You look.
As you look behind you, on the floor and the ceiling basically start glowing in 4 or 5 small circles.
Are they colored circles?
Kind of a golden.
Okay.
I guess I'm gonna go stand in a circle.
Okay.
I'm
I
gonna.
cannot order you all to do this one.
I'm gonna scan the circle again. Like I'm not gonna put this tricorder
Yeah.
down.
Similarly, like I'm gonna try to see, based on my understanding of the language so far, like if the circles right now as they are mean anything, or is this a visual way to communicate? Is this a
Mhm.
new transporter place? Like, what the fuck is this?
Sure thing. Go ahead and again give me a reason science and Toxx. What did you?
I'm just gonna scan to see if it's like what it's doing.
Yeah.
What's the difficulty?
We'll say it's a difficulty of probably 3 because your tricorder hasn't traditionally worked very well with this energy signature.
Okay. Yeah.
What was the difficulty for mine?
We'll say it's another difficulty of 2.
Okay. I got a critical success.
Excellent.
I only got 1, or I only got 2. I didn't get the 3rd.
Okay. Yeah. Anbara, you're getting the feeling that it's not a dangerous thing. He's not asking you to do anything that would cause harm.
Commander, I'm pretty certain this is not something dangerous. So it should be safe for the rest of us.
Then
And
get on the circles.
All right.
Please.
Is everyone getting?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Rozrin.
Yeah, he'll, have a hand on his phaser, but
All right.
step in.
As you step onto them, he starts humming again, and the lights start to get brighter. Can I have a fitness? Actually, wait. Let me look at these stats again. Yeah, a fitness security roll. We'll say it's a difficulty of 2.
What would this apply? Any focuses that might apply on this?
What do you have?
Hand phasers?
Survival?
Not. Unfortunately, not. No.
I got 2.
All right. What did everyone get? None.
None.
2
2.
from Rozrin and
2.
2. All right.
Is this where my brain gets melted?
Kind of, yes. You will take 3 stress
Oh God. Okay.
as basically knowledge starts flooding into everyone's brains.
Oh.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Boy.
He didn't they didn't mean malice by it. They just didn't necessarily know how it would.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just explaining to you how I didn't actually lie.
Yes.
Does it
Um,
feel anything like getting a symbiont?
Yeah.
How does it feel anything like that?
I don't think so. No, it feels like a cold, alternating cold hot rush starting from like the brain stream and just moving
So
up through the.
not like sticking a plunger on your forehead and then giving it over to the Riddler and then taking it back.
Oh my
Not so much,
God.
no.
Wow.
No.
Yeah, I was just curious. I mean, new symbiont, but they still would have had some sort of
Yeah.
experience.
That's a
exchange
question.
there.
Is this symbiote also being affected?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's more like getting a babblefish inserted.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Uncomfortable for a minute, but helpful in
Yeah.
the long run.
And as you're listening now, you hear the humming, and it slowly starts beginning to turn into words. So it's, thank you for following through with the protocol.
Thank you for making it clear what the protocol was.
I just imagine like Anya's just sort of having like this mini panic attack on the ground.
All right.
Commander, will you be all right?
Brain hurts.
It's
Fine.
a lot.
We do apologize. We did not realize the. And it looks like he's struggling, or looks like they're struggling for words. Repercussions of the procedure.
Fine. It's gonna be okay. Be just fine.
This ship appears to be on a collision course with a wormhole.
Not a collision course, no.
Oh. So just headed there?
Yes.
Are you alive? Or are you an artificial intelligence? Or do you that's not a fair question. I apologize. Are you flesh and blood, or are you an artificial intelligence of some sort?
Under what authorization are you asking?
No authorization. Curiosity. Just plain curiosity.
The eyes kind of narrow and widen, and then it makes a noise that doesn't get translated. You figure it's probably not actually a word, and it just looks at you.
What are your intentions when you reach the wormhole?
What authorization are you asking under?
Whatever the official words are for saying the Galactic Federation.
I believe it would be something like, I ask as a diplomatic officer and commander under the United Federation of Planets.
My brain just shorted out, but I say that.
That's all right. Go ahead and make me a control command roll. We'll say it's going to be a pretty high difficulty. Probably we'll say a 4.
Can I assist?
How would you like to assist?
That's a good question. I'm also drawing a blank, but that's okay.
Right. You could issue forth the mission statement of the Federation, or give this alien intelligence context for what that means.
Yeah, so I would, after she says that she's an ambassador, I would explain the Federation is a government over many systems that work together in harmony to pursue science and understanding within itself and with other cultures.
All right, go ahead and roll, y'all.
I'm checking to see if one of my talents applies here.
Would lead by example work as a focus?
I don't believe at this point, no.
Okay, well, that's one then.
Is this a social conflict?
We'll say yes.
So I reduce the difficulty of any test to make my target relax or trust me by 1.
Okay,
Nice.
so that brings it down to a difficulty of 3.
Okay.
Do you want to spend a momentum on this?
I think we should.
Okay.
All right, you guys are currently at 2 momentum because we did shift scenes at the beginning of the episode.
So
I should have stated that.
Yeah, so we're down to 1.
All right.
Oh, does diplomacy apply?
Yes.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
All right. So that will produce 2 momentum. So you have 2 earned momentum right now.
Yep.
And he, the creature, the preserver, kind of, again, eyes narrowing, looks down at the data pad sort of built into the arm of the chair, tabs a few. Authorization accepted.
Can we spend one of the momentum to get more information?
I would like to, yes.
I will let you ask a question, and I will let you know if there's sort of a way to learn the answer. You don't have to spend the momentum unless it's an answerable question. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is that okay, Amber?
Yeah. Did you have a
All right.
specific question, Matt?
Your original question was, are you going to the wormhole to go through it?
No, what is your intention when you
Oh.
reach the wormhole?
There you go.
What about what's
Yeah.
the mission?
Yeah.
The mission is to fix.
Fix how?
There is a damage in the fabric. We will mend.
You want to close the wormhole.
We will fix.
That would trap several ships here that are not native to this system.
There is also a species that lives in there.
They look contemplative. That didn't cost any momentum, by the way, so you have 3 momentum now, because that was the original question.
Mm-hmm.
What is the nature of the species?
Do we know?
They're called the prophets, and they have been like a guardians for my people. Hmm, uh they've been guiding us and protecting us and helping us push forward as the galaxy has expanded around Bejor. Their visions brought me to Starfleet. You you can't. I'm sorry, but uh, and she just kind of like looks at Halada, just kind of like just completely out of her depth.
While it is a tear in the fabric, it has caused immeasurable good.
What is the nature of the species?
What do you mean by that question? What are you trying to understand?
The nature of the species.
Do you mean bipedal, sentient, sapient? What details do you want?
The preserver will sort of again look and then gesture to one of the consoles, to the big table in the center of the room.
Commander Anbara?
He goes to the console.
What is the nature? And then proceeds to tap on the arm of the chair.
Like to sit down on the chair or like?
Oh no, he has a data pad on the arm of the chair, like the one on the
Oh,
table, and
okay.
he's they are motioning for you to.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so she still seems kind of like shook up and in a sort of series of emotions or whatever, and would sort of gingerly sit on the chair and um like look at Commander Halada and just kind of be like, how do you define gods?
You
They
know
are,
more about them than I do, so do your best.
well, they're corporeal, right?
Yes.
And as far as the time space goes, they're non-linear, but they are
Yes.
not omniscient.
I mean, that depends on who you ask.
Can you give her options to pick from on the readout? Categories that you use?
Um.
Again,
Mhm.
could I get a control command roll from Khalada?
Difficulty?
We'll say it's a difficulty of 3 because or 4 because you are trying to. There, even though you can understand the language. There's a lot of idiom sort of things going on that aren't clicking between you and the preserver.
Absolutely. So, diplomacy applies still?
Yes.
Does disarming nature still apply?
What is the text of disarming nature?
In a social conflict, I give a difficulty of -1 to make someone trust or relax.
I'm going to say no because the issue isn't a trust issue. It is an understanding issue.
Absolutely. So I'd like to spend a momentum to buy an extra die.
Sure thing.
Good luck. That is only 2 successes, unfortunately.
All right. It's not supposed to work like this, but would someone like to, maybe Anbara, would you like to try to help?
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
And would this count with cultural studies also?
Yes, because
Okay.
it will help you understand the
Yeah.
meaning behind the words.
Cool.
Chad has bought 2 momentum.
2
So
And
momentum.
they're at
it's
5.
All right.
control and command, you
We're
said?
at 4 because
Because I just spent one.
Halada
Yeah,
spent
sorry.
1. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Control and command, and I roll 1 dice.
I will also allow you to make an impassioned plea if you would prefer to use daring.
Control is better for this character.
Okay. Understood.
So now how do the values work again?
So if you have a value that applies, you can.
Uh-huh.
So if the situation makes sense for the value to apply, you can apply the value and use what's called determination. Before you roll, you automatically get 2 successes, and then you would
Okay.
roll and add successes on top of that. But
Okay.
you only get 1 determination typically per game unless something happens to. Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to double check. All right. Now and how many successes do we have already?
2.
2.
2. Okay. Can I buy another dice?
Unfortunately, not as an
Alas.
assistant.
Okay. So come on, crit. Ugh. Nope. 1 success.
All right. Because you got close, I will give you something at least.
Mhm.
You get the feeling that you're supposed to communicate through the data pad in front of you.
Yeah.
Um,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah. So I guess like she kind of starts by like you know implementing what she knows about them from just that like objective sort of scientific
Mhm.
mind of just like this is basically the rote data that Starfleet has on these creatures, but then sort of like halfway through kind of shifts towards like what the stuff that like her mom taught her growing up about like
Yeah.
and getting into
Mhm.
more of like the faith and what it means and like all of the aspects of like Bajoran culture that have just been built up and around these beings.
Mhm.
And again, just how her own orb experience like impacted the path that she took to get here.
All right. We will say you can make a insight science to try and get them to really understand what's
And what is the difficulty?
we'll say it's a difficulty of 2 because you make a pretty good case.
Okay. I would like to buy another dice if that's cool with everybody.
All right, with momentum.
Yes.
Thank you, chat.
Thank you. Let me find another D20. There's one.
While she's doing this, while the two of them are communicating with the preserver,
Mhm.
I'm going to step back over to Rozrin and very discreetly make it clear that I'm looking around.
2 successes, 1 crit success.
Excellent. So 2 total or 3 total?
It would be 4
4,
because
yeah.
one of
4.
them's a crit.
Okay.
Yes.
I thought you said 2 successes and a crit success. So 3 successes, 1 critical, so 4.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. The preserver stares up, looks at the data pad on the what is essentially the captain's chair that they're sitting in, then looks at the screen. But let's hop to Toxx and Rozrin.
Kind of, I'm sure I can program something into or display something on the screen of the tricorder.
Yeah.
So I will pull up something that makes it clear that I'm prepared to figure out how to destroy this ship from the inside if we have to.
All right. I'm going to have you make you and Rozrin both roll a. Well, you would be insight,
I would do probably presence and
presence, command.
yeah.
All right, so you both can make a presence command roll, and you need to get, we'll say, 3 successes between the 2 of you. So you're both rolling 2 dice.
Does computers or lead by example apply as focusi? Focuses. Foci. There's the word.
Lead by example, I think would, because you are essentially ordering her. You're issuing an order to. All right,
Sure.
so we have 3 from Rozrin.
I got 2.
All right, so you have 2 bonus.
Sweet.
So that brings you up to 5 momentum by my count.
Yep.
All right, so yeah, Rozrin, you understand what Toxx is telling you.
Okay. Cool. That makes sense.
All right. So, as you, Anbara, as you finish typing in, you, the preserver pulls up the screen, and with your, the beam didn't give people the ability to read the language, just understand it. But as you're looking, they have taken everything you've told to them and have essentially searched their database and found the species that are the prophets.
What the fuck?
That is
Sorry.
awesome.
Is this the species?
Yes.
Excellent. Uh, no need to fear. They exist outside. They will not come to harm.
But that's the Bajoran people's temple. They see
Yeah.
that as a religious place. If you close the opening, if you fix it, it will destroy it.
You'll
It
be
will
cutting
also. It will
you'll be
also. Go
oh,
ahead.
go ahead.
I'm sorry.
You'll be cutting us off from our gods.
You would also be stranding several, again, ships here that would be a lifetime away from home.
They will survive.
Survival is not the only goal.
Survival is the goal.
There's a lot we can survive that still harms us.
Survival is the goal.
In what way does leaving the wormhole open negate survival?
It is damage. Damage must be fixed.
It is also damage to make it so that the people here can never go home.
No.
Is is the thing we're talking to operating on what seems to be a logical algorithm? Damage must fix. Like, does it seem to be responding in a way that doesn't have emotion to it?
It does not have emotion, no.
So it's either Vulcan or a computer, is what you're telling me.
Yeah.
Okay,
The
that's fine.
the
Mhm.
damage
And
caused to my people's homeworld would be irreparable. You would be plunging the entire world into chaos, and so many would die in the process.
why?
The
Religion is a powerful motivator. The loss of it causes beings to behave in a way you would probably not find rational.
The preserver takes a very long pause when you say that. Can someone give me a presence? I guess presence command roll.
Not
I mean, yeah.
We'll say basically you're trying to understand what is going on in their mind? Question mark.
What's the
Okay.
difficulty?
We'll say it's a difficulty of 4 because maybe even 5 because this is a supreme alien intelligence.
Diplomacy gonna do me any good?
Yes, because diplomacy has the art of reading people, and especially in Starfleet, boldly going where no one has gone before, even though every time they do that, there's people there.
Can I use my puzzle solver value to spend a determination here?
Sure.
I would like to do that and buy a die.
All right. Momentum to buy a die?
Yes, please.
We have enough. You could buy more than one.
Do
You
guys
could buy
think-
another one.
Do you guys want me to do that? I'm tempted to.
I think it's pretty important.
Okay. Then I will buy another one.
All right. So you're at 2 momentum now.
Okay. One, two, three, 4, 5 successes on the dice and 2 from the determination spend.
Excellent. So,
Whew.
we'll put 2 in holding for now, so you can ask questions. This being does not understand religion.
What way could can I get a hint on how to present this to them in a way that would click?
Would you like to spend momentum on that?
Yes.
All right. The best way would be presenting it as a logical conclusion. Why, how the removal of religion would be a negative thing long term. Because this creature clearly cares about the preservation of life.
Okay. So, Commander Anbara, Commander Garahar, we need to basically do a cost-benefit analysis explaining religion.
What kind of role is that?
This is the kind of role where you plead your case and then we decide in retrospect.
So,
We need numbers, we need math, we need logic to explain something that is highly emotional. And I'm sorry.
So that's got to be reason in science.
well, I think that the occupation would have been the greatest example for why the religion is important and necessary, because
Can I do you have a name?
No. The creature did take, the preserver did take a very long time to answer that.
Your culture, your species culture. What unites it?
Safety.
so what makes you what is the criteria for determining what needs to be fixed? You base that on some sort of system, right?
Yes.
What is the system for that basis? What determines what needs to be fixed? Because obviously there are different criteria and different ways that different things that you put into consideration to determine whether or not something needs your involvement, correct?
Correct. Urgency.
How do you determine the urgency?
Threat.
How do you determine the threat?
Science.
Is your science and how you determine threat is based upon an objective perspective that is based upon your understanding of the universe and how you see it, right?
Yes.
So, similarly, faith
while not based necessarily in science, is a system for making decisions that allows each individual to draw within them reserves of strength that they otherwise would not have. It is something that makes it possible for people to push through things that otherwise would have destroyed them. Faith is something that my people have used to combat threat and keep them safe. And if you take that away, they will not be able to combat future threats.
All right. Can you make me a control science roll?
This is really hard.
Pardon?
This is really hard. What's the
Oh, yeah.
difficulty?
We'll say it is a difficulty of 2.
Okay. Can I buy another dice?
Yep.
Okay.
You can buy one more with momentum.
Cool. I'm doing it. Right. I got 3 successes because 1 was a crit.
Excellent. The creature again actually you have 2 threat left. You have 2 momentum left because I forgot to add one from Halada's roll.
Okay.
We thank you for the knowledge. It will be accumulated in the database. And I'm going to spend 2 threat to add a complication to the scene.
Joy.
But we cannot. The threat is too severe. The rend will grow. Space is in danger. The universe is in danger. And the creature taps some numbers or some colors onto the data pad. And on the screen pops up basically flashing images of data, its charts and numbers and science, just all of it.
Can we get a timeline from that on when the danger is going to be present?
The danger is present.
How long has the wormhole been here?
He will say, or they will say a thing that you have no conception of.
No frame of reference.
Yeah. It's like 20 through loddles.
How could the fix be delayed without causing harm?
It has already been delayed.
What caused the delay?
Distance.
Commander Garahar, will you take a look at those charts? See if you can get readable times out of them.
Yeah. Can you bring the charts back up individually, or at least slower, not so fast?
Yeah, they will type up and they are coming back up. Unfortunately, Toxx does not understand the language.
Yeah.
Right. With Commander Anbara, will you help as well, please?
Yes.
Are you the only member of your crew?
They don't know. They don't know how to answer that.
Are there more of you here on this vessel?
Yes. All right. And Anbara, you are getting information from them, but again, without frames of references for their measurements.
Hmm.
It's it's all Greek to you in essence.
Is it possible to like attempt to do some sort of, insight to like based on what she's been able to grasp of the language so far and like the conversations we've had so far, or is it just completely like numbers and colors?
And maybe our current measurements of the wormhole?
Yeah.
Given enough time, yes, but
Mhm.
this is a several months or years sort of project.
I'm sorry, Commander. I can't really make heads or tails of this. It's so
There are too
diff.
few references for us to.
If
We have
I
to have a
had
foothold before we can get there, and we don't have a foothold.
Yeah.
if I had months, maybe, but
We don't have months. Okay.
And time has still been passing, so
Yes.
just to keep the tension going.
How many ways out of this room are there?
One.
The way we came in.
Yep.
And we never ran a T or anything. We have been going in one direction,
Yes, you went through some chambers,
but they didn't have
but
doors
they
or openings.
only the one you entered in through and the one you left.
Can we feel like a thrum of engines?
Make me a. Would that be insight?
Yeah, probably.
Insight engineering.
Sure. Would warp field dynamics apply as
Sure.
a focus?
Yeah. Would someone also?
What's the difficulty?
I will say it's a difficulty of 3 because of the weird nature of the floor.
Sure. You want to help me, Anbara?
yeah. What am I rolling again? Sorry.
Insight engineering.
Okay.
I got 2 successes.
I got one.
Excellent. Yes, there is. You feel maybe not a hum, but there is definitely a sensation you get that you can tell from your, career on board various vessels that there is engines moving. There are engines moving, depending on how good your English is.
That's why we have the universal translator. We're really good at it.
So your argument is that the members of the species inside the wormhole are not the only members of their species, and so their death is acceptable?
They will not die.
They will not die.
They exist outside.
Okay.
I believe, Commander, they mean that likely because they are incorporeal, that while Bajoran understanding is that they live within the wormhole, they exist probably in some sort of alternate space or something to that effect. But it does not change that without their guidance and like it would be a devastating blow for the Bajoran people. And I don't want to know what that would look like.
Is there a way to fix the wormhole so that it stops growing? Stabilize it. A partial fix.
We must fix.
I don't have a good enough frame of reference to know if the cure is worse than the disease. And there's a lot riding on this for my people as well. Is there a way?
Everything is riding on this. We must fix.
But is there a way to fix it to where it's not closed all the way? Can you just stabilize it? If the concern is that it will grow too large and destroy the universe, stop its growth.
Each rend weakens.
So this is not the only issue, it's part of a larger one?
We must fix the rends.
So no one's gonna ask.
What now?
What's up? You cut out.
I said we should ask what the rooms are. What are they?
I think the wrens are wormholes. Is that correct? The wrens are wormholes?
Yeah. The wormholes are quite literally tears in the fabric of space and time.
This feels so far outside my pay grade.
I want to walk around the outside of the room.
All right.
Does any of it move?
No more so than it has been. The ceilings move a little bit, but
Can I ascertain the source of the projection?
no.
Commander, Commander Halada, I am concerned with the implications of the mission.
That is putting it mildly.
I'm also concerned at the seemingly lack of control we might have over this situation. The technology seems to be quite a bit beyond ours. I can't. We've only come one direction. There's been no other rooms. They're hiding everything but what they want us to see. There's no way for us to interact with this ship other than how they want. I'm concerned.
Do you have a recommendation?
I look over at Rozrin. Did you see anything?
I mean, I can roll to have him look. I mean, that's kind of what he's been probably doing this whole time.
All right. Roll.
I mean, because he hasn't been involved with the whole, diplomacy thing.
Right. Roll a control security. And we're going to have this one kind of be a floating. The more successes you get, the more information you can get.
Can I assist with that?
Sure.
No.
And how many did you get, Rozrin?
Okay, so sorry, I'm hitching a bit, so if I'm slow.
Oh, you're fine.
Yeah. So control and security.
Yep.
Okay. Oh. I'll take 4.
Nice.
4?
Jeez.
I rolled
Excellent.
2 crits.
All right.
I rolled it. Yeah.
So, what would you like to know?
Well, I mean, this thing is going, so we have to stop it somehow. This doesn't
Mhm.
seem to be. I mean, we're not dealing with people. We're dealing with a computer system. So if we want to stop it, all we have to do is get rid of the computer system
Mhm.
that's shoving this thing towards the wormhole to fix it, quote unquote. And now that we know that they're concerned that these wormholes are get bigger, I guess what I'd want to know before anything else, and I assume it's a long time, this wouldn't really be Rozrin's like area of expertise, is like how long are they thinking until this thing is bad, right? Like, I mean, because if they're like, well, in 1,000 years this thing will encompass the universe, it's like, well, okay, we have a little bit of time. We can stop them from fixing it and then figure out how to stabilize it ourselves if
Mhm.
we know that that's going to be a problem.
That does
So
bring
I
up a
guess what he's
thought.
Hmm?
Sorry. That does
what's
bring up a
that?
thought that I want to come back to because I'll forget if I don't say something real quick. Can I try to
Uh-huh.
teach them our time? Like count 60 seconds, be like, that's a minute. This many minutes is an hour. This many hours is a day.
All right. Rozrin, you are not overly sure, but they do seem to be very urgent. But at the same time, feeling the engines and the way that you've been on ships, they're not traveling at really warp speed. You don't know what they're traveling at, but they're not traveling like any other ship that you've been on.
Right.
So, they don't.
Yeah. And urgent is relative,
Yeah.
honestly. I mean, urgent is relative. I
Mhm.
guess he just wants to know. Uh, I mean, he's leaning, and he will probably suggest that if they have to, because he was already looking at it, that they should consider just stopping the ship themselves and then
Okay.
figuring out the stabilizing thing later, is what he's going to tell Toxx or Halada or whoever is nearby.
All right. I can give you some insight if you don't mind spending 2 of the momentum you've got.
Sure.
So did we generate 4 momentum off of that?
No, Rozrin used 1 to ask the first question,
Okay,
and then it's going to be 2 for the next question.
sure. Makes sense.
So 1 momentum will be generated unless you want to use that once you get this information.
There you go. Okay. Sounds good. Makes sense.
The terminals in the other room were in a ready room, and you could access all of the archives. You're on the bridge now, and there are terminals here.
Okay. So he can check those out, I guess, to try to figure out if they can move the ship somehow.
And Toxx, the computer expert, can maybe with Anbara as a translator.
Yeah. I don't know.
Try. I'm going to, try.
Can I attempt again to connect my tricorder to their system? Either the pad or one of their consoles?
Sure thing. In this room, just a refresher, the room is, I believe, I said about 40 feet in diameter.
Mhm.
There is one large kitchen table sized terminal in the center, and then in the very far away from on the opposite side of the door is this being's chair that they're sitting in.
I'll go to the table and see if I can interface. Is that reason engineering?
Yep.
Computers is a
Focus.
focus. Is this going to be programming or study of a computer system?
Study of a computer system, and we can, Anbara, if you'd like to help, because because Toxx is connecting the tricorder to the system, it will. Yeah.
That's 3 successes. What was the difficulty?
Excellent. It was going to be 2.
Okay.
Do I get cultural studies with this? Yes.
Unfortunately, not. This is a sheer engineering thing.
Electroplasma power systems or anything like that? No?
No.
Then just a regular success.
All right, so that is 2 above.
Okay.
So you have connected the tricorder to the system.
I want to try just something basic, like reading to see if there are files I can access. Right. I may not be able to see what they are, just that if there are files.
Yes. As you attach, the creature says, please desist in that.
I'm trying to understand.
You must stop.
Then help me understand.
Detach first.
Do I feel like I can reattach pretty easily?
It would be another roll.
Sure. Yeah, then I'll detach. Help me understand.
What do you need to understand?
Your ship.
You do not need to understand our ship.
It is a threat.
It is not a threat.
Science tells me that it is a threat. You threaten to hurt my people. Help me understand your ship.
The ship functions.
How?
Authorization.
I'll look over at the commander.
I'm gonna say you can attempt, but you're not going to.
Yeah. I would basically just be saying the same thing over and saying we're the current explorers and protectors of this quadrant.
We are the protectors. We are the preservers.
You're picking and choosing who to preserve and what to preserve. And we are not necessarily in agreement about your order of priorities.
That is unfortunate.
Commander Halata, permission to reconnect.
Permission granted.
I'll reconnect.
All right, we'll just say you can pop back in.
Sure. So I just want to bare minimum just see if I can see files.
All right. We'll say that as you're doing that, the creature raises its hand, and a shimmering field appears between it and the rest of the ship. And then 2 forms rise up from the floor.
Rozrin, your turn.
Yep.
And it is early, but I think this is going to get really heated here, so I think this is probably going to be a great time to take a break.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
All right. Sorry, everything is exploding on my end here. So just before we head to break, I'd just like to ask you if you're enjoying what's going on here. Click to follow us here. If you really like it, we'd appreciate a subscription. If you have Amazon Prime, you actually get a free subscription with Twitch. And if you just click the subscribe button, go to Prime subscription, and it'll walk you through how to link your accounts. We have, if you would like to, there's probably not this episode, but coming up in later episodes, we'll have plenty of NPCs. If you donate bits, it'll tell you, different levels will tell you how to get different types of NPCs. And that all should be probably scrolling through the chat.
It's in the chat. I'm sure Rox is completely on top of that.
Excellent. So and we already have a few NPCs We have
poor Stan Minkler, who got
Yes.
blowed up. He's not dead yet.
No.
maybe.
He's in medbay.
Yes.
And good old Prosh, who's doing engineering things up by the runabout, I guess. I don't even. We
He's
didn't
probably
exactly.
wondering where we are.
Yeah,
Just
we
like,
didn't exactly
where'd they
leave
go?
command. So
Yes.
Yeah.
And we
then-
can't forget our delightful con officer.
yeah. Well, Ensign Liv Stern.
Liv Stern. Yes, Stern. That's it.
Yeah.
We can almost forget, but we can't actually forget.
My apologies there. Yeah. So we will be back in 10 minutes. So we hope to see you back. Hey everybody, welcome back. Before we get started again, I just want to go over the schedule for our upcoming shows. We have the Illuminated page coming up this Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern.
That didn't update.
That didn't update?
No, it's Growing Shadows this week at 7 p.m. Sorry.
That's fine.
That's the Ninja Crusade 2nd Edition game run by John Thompson. And then next Monday, Roxy will be running The Naked Nowhere. So you'll get to see her run for her first game. And then a week from Thursday is Illuminated page. We're coming up on the end of the season. There's some big stuff happening. Somebody's eyes just melted out. You should definitely come out and see that. That's a Call of Cthulhu 7th Edition game that I run. And I think that's our announcements for games right now.
What about?
Yeah, I mean, I was
Yep.
going to mention that at the end of the thing, but we can do it now.
Yep.
Friday, Roxanne and I will be debuting on Lore's new show, Rod of the Seven Realms. And it will be a fun thing. I wear makeup for this one, so it's a whole thing and a wig. Like I'm really looking forward to it. Roxy plays a fantastic dwarven ranger who really likes food. We learned that during our pregame. She really likes food, and I'm playing elf barbarian who really likes dancing. I guess that's what we're going to go with. And we have 2 other players that are fantastic. It's a great story, great characters, great players. Will's a fantastic GM. Oh, he'll be a DM this time. Woohoo! But he's really good. He's put a lot of work and effort into the production quality. It looks gorgeous, all of the intro and exit stuff, and plus you get to see him in some like really good looking wizard clothes. So you should definitely come out for that. Oh, I'm sorry. That's 10 p.m. Eastern on Friday. So that's 7 p.m. Pacific if you live way over there.
All right. So getting back to the game. So Toxx and Anbara have just logged into the bridge control deck.
And then we hear the AOL voice about having mail.
Yep. And we'll say that you guys have, you people have basically tucked behind there when you saw the Silver Guardians rising up from the floor. So the Preserver is... Yeah, the Preserver is behind some form of shielding, and there have been 2 of these centuries, let's call them, rising up from the ground. They are made of the same material as the rest of the ship is. They have like a central in what would be they have arms, but no legs. They're attached to the floor. And on the face, where the face should be, is just a glowing rainbow pattern that Anbara can tell says things like cease, desist, that standard resistance is futile stuff.
I feel like Anbara gives like Toxx that look of like, the look that like Cardassians give to like the people who are like just like, this is your fault. I know I was involved, but this is definitely your fault.
I asked permission. It is Halada's fault.
Yep.
So we are starting combat.
Yeah, so it's everybody else's fault, but Rozrin's going to be dealing with it. How does that seem fair?
That's what we brought you for?
Hired the best.
All right,
Yep.
fair.
You,
All
if
right.
anything, you should feel happy because, you get to, do your job and
You also you get vindication. You were
Yeah,
right.
See, that's the thing. Rozrin would like not to have to do his job, because if he's doing his job, he doesn't end up in situations like. I'm just saying. Anyway, we're gonna do phasers.
All right. Just a quick rundown of the way combat works. The players will start with the initiative. They get to choose among them who goes first. After they go, they can either let the initiative come to the opposite side, or they can keep it by spending a momentum.
2 momentum.
Mhm.
2 momentum?
Yeah.
2
Okay,
momentum.
excellent. Thank you for correcting me on that.
You had us pull up the conflict reference, so I did.
Just in case, yes. So, Rozrin, you are going to fire phasers at them. So that will be
Yeah. Well, I was just gonna say he is, but here's the thing. He's firing and he's attempting to hit them, but I want to make sure that he's paying special attention to what happens. Because what he's actually looking for is weaknesses. What he's actually looking for is what sort of effect the phaser has. And if he can note in their reaction any sort of weaknesses or anything like that. So it's not really like, I know I'm going to hit you and this is going to do damage. It's more like, I'm shooting you so that I can see how I can take you down, kind of thing. Just if that helps.
We all have hand phasers.
yes.
So this is our first
Yes.
combat. All of our hand phasers have a quality called charge. The charge says that if we take a minor, so we get a minor and a major action in combat. Minor actions are typically movements, but they can also be other things. You can use a minor action before attacking with the weapon that has charge, and you can add one of the following damage effects to the attack: area, intense, piercing 2, or vicious 1. Piercing 2 will get past their armor or damage reduction, and then vicious 1 adds more damage. Intense, they deal massive harm. So if we want to do that, like that, if we really want to kill it, that's the way to go. And then area will affect more than one of them. So you choose one of if you take the minor action, you can choose one of those things.
And chat has bought us 2 momentum to start off.
Excellent.
Does that put us above cap? Or am I mistaken?
No, that's at 5.
There you go. Okay.
All right, so first question is, Rozrin, are you shooting to stun or to kill?
Also, the system assumes that we're shooting to stun.
Yes.
Always.
Okay.
But
All
you
right,
can choose to shoot to kill if you would like.
Yeah.
He's gonna do that. He doesn't feel like this is something he should mess around with, so
All right.
he is going to shoot to take it out, but just in case he doesn't, like I said, he's paying attention.
Yeah.
He's shooting to kill, but he's not necessarily expecting it might work.
All right.
Completely.
When you shoot to kill, you do generate 1 threat.
All right. Cool. Well, I mean, not cool, but I understand.
All right, so you need to roll control plus security at a difficulty of 2.
All right, control and security. So, okay. So, he has a hand phaser focus, first of all. And he does have talent, close protection. So I just want to keep that in mind.
Okay, what does that do?
If I make a successful attack, I can spend momentum and protect an ally within close range if I need to. He also has I think that's the only one. So he's gonna do control and security.
Right?
Yeah.
Would you like to spend your minor action to do something beforehand? You can either charge, you can aim. Okay.
He's gonna aim.
All right, so you get to add
so
an additional
that
D20.
means I can what?
You can add an additional D20.
Oh, okay.
So you roll 3 instead of 2.
All right, perfect. And I take the highest 2, or it just adds another success?
It's
right?
however many successes you get, it's a difficulty of 2.
Okay. All right. So here's the deal. I rolled a 20, which is a complication.
Okay.
However, I also rolled an 11 and a crit, so that's 3 successes and a complication.
Okay. You are 1 over, which means you'll be able to add an additional effect die. So you
Okay.
will roll.
Actually, it just straight does 1 extra damage.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So you will roll the amount of effect die equal to the damage on the weapon.
Plus your fitness. Oh, wait, your fitness is already added in. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Mine is not. I did not write that down on my sheet. That's my fault.
All right. So it's 5. It's a phaser type 2.
Okay.
So that would be 5 damage? No?
It would be what's on your sheet, or did you put it on your sheet?
I don't think I wrote down.
Okay, so it would be 3 plus your fitness.
Oh, okay. 3 plus fitness. Okay, perfect. All right, 8. So, and then I roll.
You roll that
D20s
many.
again?
No.
That many d6.
Oh, that many d6.
Yeah.
Do you really have to add your whole
So-
fitness to that?
I think it's.
Yeah,
Is
because
it?
I have 8 fitness.
I think it's. Is it
I'm sorry,
security?
not fitness, security.
I'm about to
My
say.
mistake. Said the wrong
Because I was
part.
like, I don't have the high enough number on my sheet for fitness.
Yeah, so let me
Sorry about that.
grab. All right. So I have 4 security. And then it's 3 plus, so
7.
I add them to. Oh gosh,
No,
I
you
keep
don't.
forgetting.
There's a
which ones
chart.
count
There's a
and which-
chart for this. Then that's okay. We'll get there. Just how many ones do you have? Ones are 1. Twos
One.
are 2.
I have 1. So I have 3 so far. I have 1 and 1 2. So
3s and 4s are
3.
nothing. And then 5s and 6s are effects. So they're going to be 1 plus an effect. You don't currently have an effect because you didn't take a minor action to get one, but they will still add 1 damage.
Yeah, I took aim.
Aim just gives you
Which
the
is a
extra
minor.
d20.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I got a 5 and 3 damage. 3 damage and 5.
So 4 damage.
4 damage.
Yeah.
All right, and then I roll their resistance.
No. Their resistance just comes off, doesn't
Nope.
it? Okay.
It's you roll an effect
Right.
die per.
Nope, you're right.
Yep. So they resisted 1. So you deal 4 damage.
3 damage.
3 damage. No, 4 because the +1 from the.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Aha. I hadn't totally forgotten about that and just wanted to be right.
And
Finger
it is
math
what
is-
important.
happened.
Finger
And it
math
is
is more of an art than a science.
Exactly.
It is important to note that in this system, 5 is a good number. If we do 5 damage, it knocks them down and gives them an injury.
Yes. All right. Would you like to hold initiative for 2 momentum, 2 out of 5, or would you like to pass initiative?
We can only do this once before they can before we have to give it to them. So
How many momentum do we have right?
A 5.
I think we should spend it just to take the advantage. And then they're going to have to go, but I think we should probably spend it. That's my vote anyway.
All right. Anyone opposed?
Nope.
no.
All right. Who is taking the next round?
I would like to take it to direct.
Okay.
So I am going to direct Commander Garahar to see if there's any way to basically hack the system and shut these things down.
Okay.
Now I'm just imagining it's Jurassic Park and then that little girl going through the computer.
Lex is her
Lex.
It's a
name.
unit
Yes.
system. I
So
know
when it-
this.
When it's direct, I get to assist you using my command stat, not whatever you're using.
All right. So this would be reason science?
Is it engineering?
Sure.
Would computers apply as a
Yes.
focus? And would my computer expertise apply?
Yes.
So, okay.
It is a difficulty of 2.
I add 1 success for you.
So there's 2 more. So that's 3.
All right. 3, and it was difficulty of 2. So that increases 1 momentum. Unfortunately, there is not a way to control these things from this control panel.
But there is from another one?
There
Does does it indicate that this is a specific type of work that would come from this place?
This is the bridge, so it controls, like, these would be security, and they wouldn't be controlled on the bridge. But the bridge will give you access to engineering, to the power systems.
Can I shut off the engines?
That will be on your turn.
Sweet. That's a good answer.
And that will be essentially the way this is going to work is there's going to be a war on two fronts. There are people protecting against the oncoming centuries, and then people fixing stopping the computer system.
Fixing.
Yeah. So essentially, you will be required to gain X amount of successes before you all are murdered.
Lofty goals. Lofty goals.
We can do this.
Okay. So then initiative passes to them.
Yep.
So was that my action or was that Halada's?
That was
That's my
Halada's action.
Oh, sweet. I still get a whole turn.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So one of them will aim its arm at Rozrin, who shot it, and essentially a chunk of this thing is being fired from what would be its fist.
So it's like a projectile?
Yes.
Oh.
We don't have good defenses against that.
We don't have good defenses against phasers either. Let's just be honest.
All right. That hit. It got 2 successes, which is what it needed. Let me look this up because I forgot to write down the damage. All right. Actually, because it's a melee attack, you get to defend against it. I forgot that this was how that works. So roll a daring plus security. No, wait, nope, sorry. This is not I forgot it's a melee, a range attack. The next one's going to attack melee. My apologies. Things are confusing. I believe you have 1 die of resistance from the Starfleet uniform.
Yeah.
All right, so it is dealing 2 damage.
So you'll roll a d6, and is it on effects?
Mm-hmm.
It is on effects, yes.
So on a 5 or a 6, you will negate 1 of the damage.
I got a 5.
Okay.
All right, so you take 1
stress.
Yes, 1 level of stress.
Okay.
We're still in the same scene that Anbara took her stress, right?
Yes.
Okay. Stress goes away between scenes,
Yep.
so that's a thing to keep in mind. Injuries do not; they can get bad, but
Stress is scrapes and bruises, and they heal miraculously in between takes.
Yeah,
I love it. I'm here for it.
Because you don't want to drag the makeup person
Right?
that way every time.
Oh
It's
yeah.
rough.
We don't have the budget for that.
All right,
Yeah, we don't.
who's up next?
do you want to go or you want me to go, Anbara?
I feel like I would also be trying to shut these guys down. Are you trying to shut the ship down, or are you?
Yeah, it sounds like there's no way to shut them. It looks like there's no way to shut them down from the bridge.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Then if I can just assist you, that seems like.
All right, if you assist, that does spend your turn, I believe.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I can also attempt to create an advantage. I don't know if that would help, or if it's just better to assist.
So assisting, basically, you're going to say, I'm going to help with this next thing. However, if you do it on your own, and we're doing cumulative successes, which sounds like the task before us, then it's probably better to just do it on your own, and the two of you are approaching this from different angles.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Then, you go first, Matt.
Sure.
So essentially what's happening is Toxx is punching away on the tiny tricorder, and you're moving things around on the screen.
Yeah.
Cool. Computers and computer expertise still apply.
Yep.
Cool. There we go. Strange question.
Mhm.
I doubt that it does, but I'm going to ask. Oh, nope, never mind. I'm not even going to ask. That's a silly question. That is 4 successes.
4 successes. All right.
So what I would like to do is ascertain if there is something like a warp core, and if there is, can I eject it?
There is nothing ejectable from the ship.
Okay, but can I shut off the engines, or at least start to power them down?
Yes.
Cool.
Essentially, yeah.
Can I? I'd like to spend one of the momentum that I just generated to ask a question. You guys good with that?
Yep.
Is there a way that we can see? Is there a way I can see how to get to security?
I will say that from what you can tell, the because the captain summoned the security, it's probably in the captain's chair.
Okay, that makes perfect sense. Okay, then that's my turn.
All right. So
I take that back. I'm also going to get down behind the thing as best I can to not get shot.
Yeah, I figured y'all were hugging the earth.
Yeah, we're the computer people. We hide behind and cower and do
Talk
nerd
for
stuff.
yourself. Some of us have hand phases as a focus.
So that is currently 3 successes towards the goal.
Was it? I got 4, but one.
4, but you
one. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
All right. Are you guys wanting to keep initiative?
I'm in favor.
Okay.
It does. No matter what we do at this point, it's us then them, or then them us. And if we let them go, we go, and then it's the next round, and we go. So if we don't spend it, we actually hold on to initiative oddly without doing anything after we let them go.
Okay.
I know that's a weird logic,
Okay.
but like that's a way to do it.
That's fair.
All right.
Are you okay with them getting another shot at us before you get a chance, Commander Anbara?
Yeah.
Well, they're not shooting us.
You hope. We don't know what the other one's going to aggro on.
That's true.
The other one is going to move to Halada and take a swing.
That makes sense.
So you will roll daring plus security.
Does survival apply?
No.
That was a good answer.
Bugs Bunny, no gift.
I get 2 successes.
He got 3, so they will strike you.
Yep.
So it is technically a difficulty of 1 for her. So she did succeed. Do we generate momentum on that or not?
No.
It's
Okay,
it's an
because
opposed
it's an
roll.
opposed
So
roll. No, that's cool.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure I understood, and that I was asking for the listeners.
So essentially the way it works, to explain for everyone, is the person attacking has a difficulty of 1, but I can also oppose it.
Okay.
And so if I choose to oppose it, then they just have to beat my difficulty instead.
Okay, that makes sense.
All right. So you can go ahead and roll one of your effect die for your resistant armor. Ow.
I do not resist any damage. This is going to hurt because you
That
just
is-
said ow.
That is 5 damage.
Cool. That means I get an injury.
Oh
Yes.
no!
Can
However, wait a minute, because I have my talent, which is that the one that allows me to protect close protection. So the next attack against that ally before, I mean, I'm trying to figure out how that would work, because it's like when I make a successful attack, which I did, I can spend 1 momentum to protect a single ally within close range. The next attack against that ally before the start of your next turn increases in difficulty by 1.
I believe you need to do that upon a successful attack. We will go ahead and say you can do that this time, but from now on you need to spend the momentum when you succeed. Like when you roll the attack, you succeed, say, okay, I'm going to spend a momentum to protect this ally.
Before we do that,
Okay.
chat threw a reroll at us.
Okay.
So
For
me, I think.
okay.
Yes. Let me.
Before you roll this,
Mhm.
Rozrin, would you like to spend the momentum to protect Halada?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I will.
All
Yeah,
right.
I mean, I mentioned what I had. I just didn't know
Yeah.
how to activate it.
Oh, it's
when-
okay.
You know, when I rolled.
Is protect like a keyword or? I'm trying to look that up real quick.
I don't think it
No,
is.
it's a talent.
It's specifically from the talent that she has.
Yes. Yeah.
What's the name of the talent?
Close
Close
protection.
Ah, okay. So the reroll is for anyone who wishes to use it if I don't want to. And, like, I don't have a good chance of getting more than 2 successes.
Okay.
Oh. Well, looks like that's the injury.
There she is.
All right. We will wait for a second while we look this.
Yeah.
Up.
I'm looking. We'll get there in just a second.
And
yeah, I have it written right here. What that
yeah,
is.
but I'm not sure what the protection does.
Okay. Am
I'm
I
going to
back?
check to see if that's an action, actually.
Yes, you are.
Wonderful.
Yes.
My
It says,
Discord decided to restart.
It increases the difficulty against
Okay.
attacking her by 1.
Okay. Yes.
Oh, by 1. Oh, okay.
Okay. So, yes, since you spent the momentum, that will take effect, and Halada is not damaged.
Excellent. And we have that reroll floating for someone.
Yep.
Yeah. So
All
Rozrin
right.
just like sees what's happening and it's like, nope. Sorry.
So I believe Anbara is the only one left to act.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, I have a question.
Okay.
Can I attempt to reprogram what this logically thinks of is a threat?
That would require a lot of time.
Okay.
You'd have to like break into its logic-ish things, which you probably can't do from this terminal.
Okay. Because everything is ones and zeros is one of my values.
Yes.
Okay. Then I guess I'm gonna attempt to also try to, shut down the engines from behind the thing.
All right. So yeah, go ahead and make me a roll.
What is the roll you want me to make?
Reason and engineering,
Okay.
or reason and science.
Okay. And then is this also computer expertise?
Yes. Yeah.
Cool. And then can I use either cultural studies or fusion reactors as foci?
No.
No? Okay. That is fine. All right. I still get 3 dice, which is fine. Ooh, those are all very good rolls and all 3 successes.
Excellent. All right. So you're up to 6 successes.
And that was a difficulty 2, so we generate a momentum?
No, it's just a cumulative.
Okay.
Yeah, we have to
No,
hit
that's
a
cool, that's
threshold
cool.
of successes to do
So
what
you
we
have
need
us at 4 momentum then, don't you?
What?
You have us at 4 momentum?
I have us at 3, but
Okay, cool. Nope,
I might be wrong.
Nope, that's fine. I just
Right.
want to make sure we're reflecting the right number.
All right.
I trust you to have it.
And now the captain.
Our captain's going from the bridge of Serenitis? Fantastic.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
my captain.
That's awesome.
he's healing one of the guardians because he
Oh.
thinks you guys need to endure more hardships.
That doesn't sound like the captain. I don't know about that.
Oh, okay. We were at 3. Chat just bought one, which is why
Okay.
we show it 4.
Excellent. So yeah, the person in the captain's chair punches some things, and where the shoulder area that had been destroyed basically reforms from the rest of the body.
So these look like just like liquid metal guys with no legs.
Pretty much.
Okay, cool.
All right, so you have the initiative. It's the round number 2.
Do we have any idea
I
how
would like
close
to.
we are to shutting down the engines?
Not really, no.
Okay.
Because
Fine.
that adds drama.
No, that's absolutely fine.
All right. Rozrin, I
would
believe
like
you
to-
were gonna.
Yeah. He's gonna try to take all the attention and he's going to get into it, hoping that everybody else is working to shut these things down. So what he wants to do is rush forward, grab onto one of them, and throw it into the other one, if he can.
Okay. It's going to be a pretty significantly difficult because they are attached to the floor, as far as you can tell.
Also, you would
They're attached to the floor.
you would know that
Yeah, they don't have legs. It's just like a column rising up with arms and a head.
they just grew up out
Okay.
of the floor. They're made out of the same material.
You
You'd
could
also know that
Oh.
Halada's not a brain. She's going to be scrapping.
and you can just turn your phaser onto area and shoot both of them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, he doesn't think he's alone.
Okay, just making sure
but-
you know.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't think he's alone, but it's still one of those things
Oh, yeah.
where, you know, he's gonna try his best, I guess. I mean, because, you know, I mean, shooting it with a phaser, and then if he just, like, heals it again, it's kind of like, well, you're gonna have to do something else. So hopefully it might rip a control or something like that, you know? Or at least if he can get close to it, he can see if there's anything around him he could rip out or something. That might help, you know.
Okay.
I mean, that's his reasoning anyway.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's what he's going to try to do. So I guess that would be attack.
So that would be daring and security.
Melee. Yeah. All right. And yeah, I would like to use strategy. He has that as a focus.
Okay.
And I have a value, which
All
is lives are sacred, which he feels like he's trying to save them from being hurt.
Sure thing. You can expend your value here.
Okay, cool.
Another thing values can do in combat is you can expend your value and act twice in a row.
I'd like to do that.
Okay.
Actually, yeah. So I'm going to expend the value lives are sacred, so he's going to go twice.
Okay.
And it will be secure. And the focus means that it's lower crit. The crit is under his security, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's do this then. Staring and okay, cool. Oh crap! I will take 4. 2
4?
crits. No
Okay.
kidding. 3 and a 2.
All right. The Century got 1, so that will be 3. So you'll have 2 bonus damage plus your unarmed strike.
Okay. So it's 4 for the strength, right? I roll that to get that, and then I add the 2 onto it.
No, that's for.
What's your security at?
4.
And you add 1 for unarmed strike because it just has a base of 1.
Okay. So
And then
I'll
it also
roll
has
these.
Yeah, and it
and
also
add
has the
1.
knockdown ability. So if you roll any 5s or 6s, you knock it down.
Okay.
Which I don't know
So
how
you're
that
gonna roll a
works with
total
nothing.
of you're gonna roll a total of 5 dice.
Yeah.
Okay. I get one more out here. Okay. 6, 5, 3, 3, and 3.
So you did 2 damage and you knock it down, assuming he doesn't negate the damage completely.
All right. He actually did not succeed in any of his resistance rolls. So you deal a solid 4 damage, and we'll say you deal an additional damage, knocking him over. You basically tackle him and sever him from the area, and the body just sort of sinks back into the.
Are there wires or anything?
You cannot see.
Oh, that's fair.
You are tucked behind
It's a
the
solid
kitchen
answer.
table.
I like that answer. I'm
Yes.
hiding behind the console.
Rozrin, you have another action.
Yeah. Well, then I'm gonna go after the other one.
All
So
right.
earlier when we said you couldn't do this, I guess what we really meant is go for it.
All right.
All right. So what are you attempting to do with the other one?
It went back. This is the one I ripped went back into the floor.
Yep.
Then he's just gonna. I mean, like, he takes it down, and then I guess he's gonna try the phaser this time, because, he's not gonna risk running over there. So.
And are you shooting to kill or to stun?
Shooting to kill.
All right, so that generates another threat.
Yep, hand
and
phasers.
Chat bought us another momentum. Are we at 5 then?
Yes.
And before you fire, do you want to use the charge ability? And you can either aim, or you can use the charge ability and give you like
vicious might be good.
Vicious or penetration, either
vicious.
one.
I'll take vicious if the
Cool.
GM says that's good, because I'll believe him. So
vicious or vicious deals more damage. Penetration reduces their armor.
We'll go
so it's kind of the same thing.
We'll go vicious. So hand phasers, roll 2, and I have hand phasers focus. So
yep.
And this is daring and security.
Control and security for ranged.
Okay.
And it's a difficulty of 2.
That's his best roll. So that's good. Okay. I swear I have a 3 and a 1. Right.
All right.
Nice.
Okay. Just so y'all know, I didn't get like 4 crits in a row. Just like
that would be so yeah, it's a difficulty 2, so that's 2 bonus damage.
4. All right.
And then was 6 dice?
7 dice.
7 dice.
All right, so I'll roll these. All right, these are 5, so this will be my first 5, and then I'll just re-roll 2 of them. All right. 3s and 4s are nothing, correct?
Correct.
Yep.
Damn. All right, so I got 1 5, so that's 2. The rest are 3s and 4s.
So the 5 would be I thought it was 3 damage because of vicious.
Vicious adds 1. Let me double check.
And a 6.
Okay, so 2 effects.
It's vicious 1, so it adds 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it'd be 4 from those 2 effecti, plus the damage
plus the 3.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
So 7 damage.
7 damage. It reduces it by 2, but you basically you tackle one, then you do a combat roll, bringing up the phaser, and you pop the other one sort of mid-body, and the warp field of it just passes through, like rending the thing in half, and it tumbles to the ground and then gets reabsorbed.
Sweet.
I am going to spend 2 threat to add a complication to this combat.
Oh no.
To the situation. The captain hits a bunch of buttons, and a shimmering field appears, closing off the exit.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Good.
All right.
Cool.
So, would you like to maintain the initiative?
So there's a couple of options here. I can also spend 3 momentum to restore Rozrin's determination as a commanding officer.
Do we have
Is that an action?
feel for? Do we have a feel for how long it will take to like if we've made a dent in hacking this
You have made a dent, but you are not halfway there yet.
Okay.
I will give you that much.
Not yet living on a prayer.
Nope.
My understanding of
It
it
is not bloodied.
My understanding of it is that it's a talent that triggers off of Rozrin's spending determination.
That's cool.
All
I
right.
was just curious.
Yeah. Would you like to spend 3 of the momentum to do that?
This is a big spend, so I wanted to check in and see what everybody...
As a heads up, I am probably going to be spending my value for successes towards the shutdown thing, so maybe we want to hang on to that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Rozrin's kind of kicking butt over there.
Yeah.
So I don't know that
doing his job.
Yeah, I'm kind of worried about this computer.
He's
Not gonna lie.
aiming for that promotion.
Cool. So we will We will
I would
hold on
say
to that for
focus
now.
on I would say
Yeah.
focus on the computer because the faster you get the computer set, the less
Yeah.
he'll be dealing with that more than
Fair.
likely.
All right. So would you like to maintain initiative?
So that's 2 momentum.
Yeah, you have 5 currently.
I feel like that wouldn't be the worst idea because then we can get more successes in there.
Yep, I agree.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So spending 2 momentum.
All right.
Who
And
would
now
like-
who goes?
Yep.
Do you want me to go so I can spend my thing?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Then-
that sounds.
I just had this image of Halada, who, as we have previously established, is a jock.
Yes.
Just use her command ability. You nerd, do nerd things.
I mean, that's
Yes!
basically what I've been doing. Just politer, because she's
Oh my
also a
God.
diplomat.
Yeah, I wanna imagine too, like we just Halada and Anya just like in like off time play like whatever Star Trek version of racquetball is in like the holodeck. Like Halada's like super athletic and like fucking or sorry, and then Anya's just like math. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna spend everything is ones and zeros.
Okay.
And that'll get me 2 more successes, right?
You can either choose to get 2 more successes or take a second action after this one.
Okay. Can I use what would be more effective
We have a
team?
That
difficulty of
depends.
2 still.
It is a difficulty of infinite, basically.
Okay.
We're doing an extended action. So basically,
My running the numbers in a
Yes.
wider scale, taking 2 actions means that you're rolling 3 dice. There's a potential of 6 successes, but more likely than not, you're going to get at least 2,
Okay.
which is what you're going to get from determination. If you did it twice,
Okay.
there's a higher chance of more successes by
Okay.
doing 2 actions.
Then let me do that. Can I then so I can use computer expertise on both of them?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Then I will spend it to do, 2 actions because this is a Unix system and I know this.
All right.
And it's engineering and insight, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it works. Yeah.
And if I meet my stat block, that's a success, right?
Yep.
Yeah. You're.
Okay.
Yeah.
3 successes for the first one.
Okay.
3 successes for the second.
Excellent.
And-
So, I'm assuming you want to go ahead and describe a bit what you're doing.
Yeah. So basically, it's just kind of like, she goes into that like I am a genius math brain, and kind of like just like that Minority Report thing where like all of the colors and shapes start moving around very fast as she's putting pieces together and connecting dots and bridging things and overlaying and wiping things aside and everything like that. And then I imagine a stray shot goes over and she ducks back down.
Yeah. Yeah.
and then
Excellent.
it seems like we're all agreed on spending the momentum to restore your determination. So
All right.
That would put us at 0 momentum.
Yep.
Oh boy. Thanks, guys.
All right. So it is now the captain's turn. He very angrily mashes on the not angrily.
Okay, I was going to say he shows
No, he just
emotion suddenly.
they
his eyes
Speedily.
don't narrow because again they're sort of large bug segmented eyes. But if they weren't, they would narrow, and he does kind of the same thing Anbara just did with the hand motions, and a very, very large century, I'll call this one the Centurion, rises up out of the ground.
Can we stop him from hitting things?
He's behind
Please?
we cannot stop them. They're behind his force field.
Hitting buttons.
We're trying.
To your credit, no one's tried.
True.
That's true.
We just saw force field and assumed.
You saw a glittering light and assumed it was a force field.
Yes, that.
I mean, you're not wrong. It is. I'll give you that for free. But also, you assumed.
Yes.
Yeah. We would feel really silly if all of us. I know you're a jock over there, Commander, but really, if you don't know force fields.
Yeah. So chat gave us another momentum, so we're not sitting at 0.
Yay!
All right.
Thank
so,
you, chat.
Yeah, thank you, chat.
All right.
Awesome.
And so, yeah. Who would
Right.
like to go next?
Me and Anbara went, so I think Palada and
Yeah.
Toxx need a turn.
Lottie, you wanna have me go and assist me?
Yeah, I'll do the direct action again. Hey, we need to bring these computers down.
Fantastic.
Mhm.
There's my character sheet. 2, 5 successes.
Plus 1.
6 successes.
6 successes. Okay.
It's a lot of critting.
And then 1 more momentum from chat. Thank you, chat.
One more what?
Momentum
Momentum.
from
Oh,
chat.
Fantastic.
So you have 2 momentum if you'd like to keep initiative.
Good timing. I say we go for it, because that Centurion scares me.
All right, that would be Tox's turn. Because I believe
Okay.
he's the only one who's yet to go.
That's true.
Correct.
Do you want me to shut the computer down more, or do you want me to shoot the thing? I can do one or the other.
Your priority is computer.
Got it. I got 4 successes.
4 successes.
Keep these dice out.
All right. So now the Centurion goes. And I am going to spend 3 threat.
Oh,
Oh, this is good.
I don't know what that word means. What you think it means?
To increase the amount of d20s he rolls.
Oh, good.
No.
Mm.
I don't like the sound of that.
To like 4.
Yep.
Not that bad.
So Rozrin.
I knew this was coming.
Oh no, our sweet boy.
Are you familiar with the Wharf effect?
Oh.
All right, so this will be a daring plus security.
Opposed by daring security.
Yep.
So Rosman, you'll roll daring security as well.
All right.
You're opposing this one because it's melee.
Oh. 1 crit and 3 successes.
He got 6.
Oh.
Crap.
I mean, that was a lot of dice, so.
Yeah. And we're in boss territory.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you can roll your effect die to reduce the damage.
Okay. Is that Toxx rolling them or
No,
me?
that's you. You want
That's
to roll
you,
a 1d6 and you want a 5 or a 6.
1d6 and a 5 or a 6. But rolled a 3. No
Nope.
dice.
So no.
That would be 9 stress.
So you definitely have an injury, because I do not have any way to help you with that.
5, 6, 7, 8.
We do need to
9.
describe.
Actually, I'm
Yeah.
close. You have to fill,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You have to fill it.
Mhm.
Yes.
I
So if
have
you
12 stress, so I have 10 right now, so I'm 2 away from an injury.
So no, actually, if you take
No.
5 or more, you get knocked down and take an injury.
Yeah.
If you take all of your stress, you get an injury and you're unconscious.
Okay, well, I
Yeah.
get an injury then. Awesome.
All right. So let's go over injuries real quick.
And
Just
we
need
do
to
still have
grab
a
my-
floating reroll from chat, but I don't think it would have helped there. You
Nah,
did
I don't
really
think
good.
so either.
Not so much now. So if the injury came from a non-lethal attack, that's as far as it goes. You will recover from the injury, though not any complications that come from non-lethal attacks at the start of the next scene automatically. So essentially, you are injured, so you cannot perform tasks or minor actions. Essentially, you are going to be out of the fight for a bit. Is what it looks like.
Unless one of us gives her first aid.
Yeah.
Which, good luck. I'm out.
Yeah, that would be an insight plus or reason plus medical.
We could also
Daring and
avoid
medicine.
an
Daring and medicine.
injury as an immediate. We don't have momentum to spend on this, so we'd have to choose to allow the storyteller to put a complication on the scene to avoid the injury. We can do that once per scene.
A complication or give him threat?
It says suffer a complication.
Oh, okay.
All right. Would you like to do that?
What does everybody think?
I think that while I can take up combat, I am not as good at it as you are. And
Okay.
if you are out, that is potentially pretty bad.
Okay.
What
Do
does
we feel
everybody
like
else think?
we've made solid headway?
Yes.
Like we're close?
You are probably fairly close, yes.
Do any of us have medicine?
I have one.
I have one. I'm gonna laugh when Rozrin says I have two and the rest of us have one, and Rozrin.
Yeah, actually, Rozrin does, and he has triage as well as one of his specialties. Because his parents were medical. He
Alana
did
has
study
one.
xenobiology as well.
Where's our doctor?
We didn't bring one because I'm bad at this. When we were planning this mission, no one, especially not the one in charge, went, we need a medical officer.
I mean, listen, in my character's defense, she works with machines.
That's why I said I am bad at this.
Can I medical myself?
No.
Not if
No,
you're
'cause you
injured.
can't perform tasks.
So, would you like the complication?
So it's the complication could also potentially make this much harder to finish. So I don't know, but like I wanted to make sure we knew that rule existed.
Part of the problem is, we're not generating momentum when Anbara and I roll, so we're not we don't have the chance to keep initiative here. Once we go past this part. So if we don't get it on like essentially one roll, then we're gonna deal with somebody else getting knocked unconscious likely.
All right, so you guys take the complication?
I think that's what we're agreed on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So essentially what happens is the Centurion rears back a hand and pops Rozrin. Rozrin goes flying across the room, hits the wall, crumples down. The phaser you're holding, you get knocked out of your hand and it hits the wall and just shatters.
Oh, no phaser.
Uh-oh.
And then you fall to the ground, beaten, bloodied, but you pull yourself up with like a thin line of blood coming from your lip, and your uniform is torn weirdly for some reason.
Of course, I gotta
Of
get
course.
the chest going. You know.
Yeah.
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 Very, very butch.
It's
very
like
manly.
the one slash like here when like you hit nothing on your arm. Like it's
Or
like
the-
the
or the-
opposite arm is the one you like.
The gape across the chest they did with Kirk all the time.
Oh God, yeah.
I don't blame him. If I were built like Shatner was back then, that'd be my
Right.
contract every
Fair.
episode.
That's what I said about Thor too. When Chris Hemsworth came out, I'm like, if I worked that hard, I would be like taking off my shirt at every opportunity.
Just
But
say
anyway.
Thor 2 was a downgrade because he never took his shirt off. Ragnarok though.
Chat did
Back
buy
to
us a
taking
momentum.
his shirt off.
Oh,
All right.
sweet. All right, we're digressing.
Yep.
Thank you, chat.
Important subjects.
All right. So yes, it is now back around to the start of the initiative.
Okay.
Okay.
So it would be Rozrin then, I guess.
Well, anybody really.
Okay,
So if
well,
we
do you
want if we want to give the computer people a chance, or if we want to try
Yeah.
to
That's what I'm wondering if can mate, I mean maybe bum rush this through and we get really lucky, it's possible we could shut it all down.
So, well, how can... Okay, so is there a way that we can do it so
Hey,
y'all go and then Rozrin can kind of go last if y'all don't do it?
I believe as the commanding officer, there's a role you can make just to generate momentum.
There is, and I should do that thing. So why don't we...
But that's an action, right?
Yes.
It is.
Okay. But it is
So
a difficulty 0 roll.
Ah.
Yeah.
So
All it
basically what
does
you're
is
saying
give
is
us
we
momentum.
just give us momentum.
Yes, I thought
And then
about
we could-
telling you about it earlier, but
And then we could
DM
keep initiative.
or GM.
So like I could do that and then pass it to somebody with some momentum to spend.
Here's my other thought. You could, again, direct an action, which gives us 4 dice, or it gives me 4 dice. I think, Jen, gives you 4 dice as well, because
Yep.
you've got expertise. So you're giving us 4 dice to do this thing. Is that extra dice worth it, or is getting momentum that we're going to have to spend at least 2 of to keep
initiative?
Keep initiative.
Question. If you directed me with the 4 dice and I spent my value again because I got the refresh on it, would that give me 8 dice?
I am directing you to take an action,
Yeah,
but
so
not your whole turn.
Okay.
So it doesn't get you another.
But you could spend it and get an additional 2 successes.
That's also true.
Okay.
So you get 4 dice plus 2 successes.
Okay.
And you have 1 momentum to spend.
So I think it sounds like that's what we're going to do, and then
I
if
think
that
that's a
falls
solid idea.
through, then
Spend the
I'm
momentum and
likely
have
going to
us.
get hit, and then Rozrin's going to do some work.
Excellent.
Okay.
That works.
So I would suggest, Jen, as a minor action,
Uh-huh.
throw Rozrin your phaser.
Yes.
Oh no, I'll do that because it's technically my
Okay.
turn. She's only
that's
getting
right.
an action.
That's true. Yeah.
So I
Somebody
will
throw
toss-
Rozrin a phaser.
I will toss Rozrin my phaser, and I will direct Commander Anbara to make the computer die now, please.
Okay. So are you spending the last momentum?
Do you want an extra die?
Yes.
Okay. You can also spend. You can also spend threat or give me threat to buy extra dice.
There isn't enough threat here. What?
Actually, he is down quite a bit.
I have been
He's
spending,
been spending it.
That's okay. Well,
All right. Well,
So it would be 2 threat to get yet another die, 3 threat to get the last die. So you could give him
you can give
up
me
to
5 threat if you want.
I think we're in a sufficiently threatening
Okay.
situation.
So hang on.
Just my opinion.
Let me figure out right now how many dice I'm rolling. Okay.
Sure thing.
So I have 3 dice because I get 2 normally. I get 1 from computer expertise, and then I get 1 from the command.
I'm going to be rolling one
Amber
for
will
you.
roll that one.
Okay, cool.
But I'm rolling it with skills I'm good at instead of science.
Cool.
All right.
Cool.
And before we make this roll, I want Amber. I want you to describe what Halada is doing to help.
Okay.
So what is Halada going to do to Anbara to help her out on this?
I believe that my job in this action is to be inspiring. So I am telling Anbara that she is the brightest scientist Starfleet has seen in a generation, and she can shut down this ship.
Okay.
You're the brightest engineer, Toxx. You're the brightest engineer. She's the brightest scientist.
No, she's in it. She's
I
the engineer.
have them flipped. So I do the right words because my brain is dumb, but Halada's not going to forget this.
Before you say the right words, I'm gonna need you to roll that die.
Yeah.
Well, so it's also like again, because this is, I think, like the really important thing is just like this is literally deciding the fate of like her homeworld.
Yep.
So there's some good stuff to mine there.
Yeah. You'll have your turn after Halada. Then I'll have you describe what you do.
Okay.
So yeah, chat bought us another momentum, by the way.
Sweet.
Okay.
Yay.
So Halada, did you succeed?
I did.
Excellent. So you actually did say the right words.
Yay.
So Anbara.
Yes.
Go ahead and roll the dice and tell me what you do.
Okay. So
Instead of saying
first of all,
go ahead.
I get 3 dice, and then we're buying dice with momentum.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 1 dice.
Okay.
Yeah,
one
you bought
dice.
1 dice, so you have 4 die to roll, and if
Okay.
you spend your sorry, go ahead.
And then did we want to buy another one for threat?
We are currently
You're doing 4 and you're getting 2 successes already.
Yeah, you are
Yeah.
rolling 4 die, and you can
I don't-
expend your.
I don't think
I
we
th-
need the extra
I don't
die.
think we need the
Okay,
threat.
cool.
Yeah, I'm
I
just saying if
think
you're
you do.
rolling 4 and we've got the 2 successes,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, and then I'm spending my determination because everything's all ones and zeros.
Yeah. So you're rolling 4 and you get 2 successes.
Yeah, if Halada had
Okay.
failed that roll, then you just
In the
Anbara
stress
still
of
does
the
a good
moment.
job, and you just hear Toxx start sobbing.
Right?
3 successes.
3 successes.
Which would be a total of 6.
6? Yes, because Amber or Halada. All
Yeah.
right. What are you doing to the?
I imagine that, it's one of those things where she hears Halada's words and kind of has that moment where, she reaches into the reserves of herself and just sort of starts like quietly saying a Bajoran prayer to the prophets. As she's just like, bypassing the triple matrices of whatever
Excellent.
science jargon and like yes, and then I can
Right.
expend the Triforce manipulator and
All right. And as you do, you swear you can hear the voice of the prophets in the back of your head, guiding your hand to one final. And as you do, the ship begins to rock intensely. The captain stands up out of the chair and starts to move forward. No, you do not understand. If you do this, they will come. And as you say that, I'm going to spend, we'll say 4 to add 4 threat to add a couple complications to this. There is the sound of a large explosion. The table that you guys are hiding behind essentially explodes. The screen, the big view screen, explodes, knocks Centurion into the preserver. The preserver falls, is essentially crushed behind it, and you see, we'll just use the term viscera, kind of spread out from underneath of the Centurion as it absorbs back into the floor.
Do Anbara and I take damage from the exploding table?
We're not going to put stress on it,
Sure.
but we'll say that you are injured. Not injured. You have taken damage.
Yeah.
I'm not actually going to do a stress for it
we
because
have
I'm not.
the cuts on our forehead.
Yeah.
And our hair's been tussled, even though I'm
Yeah.
bald.
Yeah, you've got the black smudges.
Yeah. No, that's perfect.
And the light, all the radiant light that sort of was just emanating from everywhere slowly starts to flash and blink and is very unsteady.
Commander,
Yep.
we should go. We should go.
Last job,
now.
figure out how to teleport us back to the surface.
I tap my comm badge.
Okay.
Garahar to the runabout.
You hear like, you're here. It's hurry. We didn't run.
Can you lock onto us?
You're just getting a bunch of static, and you hear some phaser blast. You hear blasts coming through it, and
I think we should head back to where we came from.
Yep.
Rozrin's like, we gotta
force
move.
field on the door go down?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. The force fields are down.
All speed, guys.
I will need everyone to roll me a fitness security roll.
What's the difficulty?
Oh, good.
It is a difficulty of 4.
Oh,
Yeah. The ship is essentially collapsing around you.
A 4, you say?
Yes.
I got 2.
Oh, is this like a group of like all of us, or individually? We need to do
individually, but I will say we are starting a new scene.
Oh, so that momentum we got went away.
Yes, but all the stress also has gone away.
That's
Oh,
true.
phew.
So yeah, I got 2.
I got 1.
I
All
got
right.
3.
Right, essentially, the way this is going to work is for every success under 4 you got, you're going to take a die of stress.
Okay.
So on
yeah.
effects or on a D6 of stress?
Yes.
So and on effects we take the stress?
On effects, no, it's
Oh.
1 for 1 damage, 2 for 2 damage, 3 for an effect.
Hang on.
So don't roll effects.
How do the
Yes.
stress work?
You're going to be for every success you got under 4, so you got 1 success.
Yes.
So you're going to roll 3d6 for us, and we'll tell you how much stress you take from that.
So I'm unconscious, or I take an injury and I'm unconscious.
I got a
Are
1.
you out of?
But I took 5,
Mhm.
and that injury means I can't act.
But you're not unconscious.
Chat bought us some momentum.
And a reroll.
And Anbara, why don't you take that reroll?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there was a floating reroll still.
Okay. Do I reroll both or just the 1?
You reroll both.
Yeah,
So
you
you'll
reroll
reroll you'll reroll your test to see if you can get more successes to roll less d6s.
So I took 1.
I got a regular fail and a nat 20, guys.
Ooh.
Okay.
We'll just go with the other die. The other one. All right. So, Rozrin, you got 3 successes, so roll 1 die.
Roll 1 6-sider or 1?
Yeah, 1 6-sided die.
With the 6-sided, I got a 1, a 3, and a 3.
So you take 1
So
damage.
take
1 stress.
1 stress.
Oh,
I got a 6.
A 6, that would be 3 stress, I believe.
But you're healed back up from all the other stress,
Yeah.
so that should just be 3.
Okay.
I got 2 effects.
2 effects, so that's 6 stress.
Mm-hmm.
So you take an injury.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't do tests, but we'll say that essentially you guys are running through the hallway. The hallway is shifting and muting as you're doing so. Steam is randomly popping out. So you guys are all going to make it, but explain to me how you get injured during this and how you overcome.
I think the floor kind of rolls underneath my character and tosses me into the wall, and I crack my head pretty good. Leave a pretty big gash.
Yeah.
Along the side. Yeah.
Okay.
For Anya, I imagine that she was sort of kind of in that daze of like having that like I am so connected and like feeling that inspiration from the prophets that like she probably just sort of was like not paying attention or whatever, and then just got blasted by some of the steam, and then oh god, yeah, right, getting out of here.
All right.
I'm gonna say Halada tried to jump over summit that was falling and didn't quite time it right.
Okay, so yeah. So Halada is pinned. Rozrin, I'm assuming that you are going to save your commanding officer.
Yes.
I mean, this is all my fault.
All right.
You fall behind, man. Keep up. Keep up.
All right. So I'm assuming that you're. How do you take the damage? Assuming probably by saving her.
Yeah. He sees whatever is about to fall on Halada and just kind of like underneath it, a little bit, just to give her time to roll out.
Yeah. So you damage your hands and arms as you're lifting this essentially piece of the ceiling that has fallen. It's still connected. It's just the ship is losing its consistency.
Right. And then as soon as she's through, he like lets it, lets it go, and they move on.
Yep. So yeah, you are running through the back to the area which you're teleported in, and you see that the entire ceiling of it has been blown open.
Okay, so yeah, that would explain why comm started getting through.
Yeah, I tried the comm again.
It is clear this time, but it's still pretty fuzzy. But you basically understand. They tell you get free, get clear.
Okay.
You need to get clear.
Okay. So we get under the hole. How high up is it?
I will say that I want everyone to make another fitness security, and I'm looking for a total of, we'll say, 6 successes for you to help each other out.
Oh, from all of us?
Yeah.
I
all
can
of you.
contribute 3.
All right.
I
My
got one.
dice are liking me
Oh.
tonight.
Oh, I contribute 2
Excellent.
because 12s are good.
Anbara, Halada?
So as long as you guys get 1. All right. Excellent.
Yeah, there we go.
Excellent. So you gain a momentum. Yay.
Oh.
All right. So yeah, how do you guys get out of the hole?
Probably rubble. We can climb up the rubble, right?
Anbara and I like math it.
Yeah. Yeah, we
sure
know,
do.
like I imagine like we direct Roz and Halada to be like, okay, so if one of you pushes like one of us this way, then we can spring off this thing. And then, it's because it's also lower grab, right?
I also imagine that you two are doing that, and Halada grabs one of you, Rozrin grabs the other one, yell, throw the nerd, and just yeet on up.
I mean,
Yeet!
I also have a prehensile tail, so I can literally just grab one of you all and still climb with 4 limbs.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's
So
true.
yeah, as you guys make it out, you see the from the lines of the graphene, essentially they flash and they're launching like chunks of rock at the runabout as it sort of twists and turns, and it's firing at it.
Oh goodness. Yeah, let's
move quick.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. I'm assuming commanding officer. Would you like to contact the runabout?
Yep.
Excellent.
Beam 4 aboard and let's get out of here.
Beam 4.
There are 4 of us.
Are there?
How many people am I forgetting?
There's the little.
Merkel?
You guys had
Oh.
the short 3-foot science officer with you.
Yes. 5.
And
This is an Amber memory problem, not
Yes.
a Halada
I
memory
know.
problem.
I'm more just amused. So yeah, you guys called to beam. You do. And when you get aboard, you see that what Cadet Stern is Ensign Stern is at the helm. She is sweating. Her hair is fallen out of its. I'm assuming it has a fancy yeoman Rand bun, just because I like this aesthetic. And it's falling down in her face, soot stained. Merkel is up. He is injured. He is arms in a sling, and his leg is set with a splint. But he is at the post, peppering fire, and the science officer Farosh. Faprosh. I was close. Faprosh is activating the beam. Thank God you guys are out. Hurry, we need to.
Yes,
and
get us out of here.
Then you hear basically the sound of the Serenitis's I don't
tractor beam?
No, not the tractor beam, the phasers. Okay. Are they phasers when they're on the ship?
Yep.
Yeah. The phasers hit. And you see it, and then you look up, it's coming out of warp, and it's firing, and as the phasers hit it, the entire graphene area of the asteroid just glows so bright it hurts your eyes. Instruments are popping, smoke's coming out of the sensor read from the energy putting out, and there is a very large explosion. And as there's shock wave, the ship goes end over end. Even the Serenitis is like riding the waves of this energy field coming out of it. But in the end, the ships are okay. And you look, and the entirety of the asteroid has been reduced to space dust.
We grabbed that pad we found outside, right?
Yes.
The real life nerd in me is so sad right now.
Right?
Yep. So everyone is okay.
Mhm.
Everyone's still alive. I'm assuming that Rozrin will help Merkel out of his Minkler.
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 I'm assuming Rozrin will relieve Minkler of the duty at the weapons station.
If there's
Yeah.
a co-pilot's chair, I'll try to take some stress off of
Yeah.
the ensign.
The ensign is very, very stressed
Yeah.
and almost crying, but she is pushing through.
Yeah. I was a pilot before I did this, so like
Yeah.
I'll let her go take a break. She needs one.
Yes. So you relieve her of her duty.
Yep.
Yeah.
She basically slumps down in the chair and begins to cry softly.
Oh.
But the runabout the Serenitis hails the runabout, and it is the captain himself. He speaks with a voice that is choked with emotion, but still a very clear tone. He is keeping control of himself, but just barely. And I'm so happy that you're okay. Please, is everyone there? Is everyone accounted for?
Yes, Captain. All hands are accounted for.
Excellent. We will bring you aboard. Take some time to rest, relax, clean up, and we'll meet at 2100 hours.
Absolutely, sir.
All right, so you guys board the ship. You will need to debrief with the captain for a bit. Is there anything you would like to do beforehand?
He'll get a new shirt.
Quick trip to med bay.
I want to use the tricorder to try and interface with the pad like I did on the ship with the ship.
All right.
And see if I can pull up any information.
We will say that it's sputtering and flashing. You are getting a connection, but it is weak. This is going to be something that's going to take...
Sure, but it's there.
It is, yes, it is still operational.
Awesome. Great.
Yeah, Rozrin will clean up, change his shirt, and then go to medbay since he was spitting up blood. That might be a good idea.
Yeah.
Oh no, Toxx is still bleeding from his forehead and playing with the pad. He doesn't even notice.
Toxx.
Yeah.
Med bay.
It's just a scratch, Commander.
You can play with the thing in med bay.
Oh, okay.
Halada? What's the magic words?
That's an order.
That's an order.
That is an order. All right, and what?
Yeah, like she kind of just goes to her quarters and like digs out from among like her personal stuff. Like something is probably been buried, buried in the back of a closet or the Star Trek equivalent of that sort of situation. Like just some sort of like symbols or I don't remember what sort of iconography they had, but like it just sort of has like that moment of like,
does your character normally wear the earring?
Yes.
Okay.
The only thing I can remember is the Horgon, and that is way different.
That is not the right
No, but I remember like there was something that Kira had.
Yeah,
like, she had a little shrine.
Yeah.
You can pull out like a totem or a statuary.
Yes. And yeah, so she just kind of like, and again, it's like one of those things of like, then I put it away, but like now I'm pulling it back out to like, thank you.
All right. So yeah, as we leave, Rozrin or Anbara is reconnecting with her prophets. Rozrin is cleaning herself up, or himself up. My apologies. What is our? We have Toxx, who the doctors are fretting at, and he's sort of waving them away as they're trying to put antiseptics on his head wound.
And then Dr. Haskins comes over and like puts me in an arm bar and makes me get healed.
Yeah. We're just punishing nerds today. And what is Halada doing?
Also going to medbay. last little hit.
All right.
Just want to make sure everything's good.
All right. So as Haskins is putting Toxx in an armbar, you are trying to ease it a little bit. So those scenes fade, and we will stop. We'll finish this adventure where we started it. You are sitting in the captain's ready room. Worse for wear, but also let's hope fairly changed by this experience.
Toxx is all smiles. It was a good trip, Captain. Unfortunately, the ship we couldn't do anything but fight against them. But I feel like this pad has a lot of information on it. We learned a lot about the preservers. I think this is a great leap forward, and we protected the wormhole.
Excellent.
And
But if I may, Captain Commander, the preservers mentioned that something else would be coming.
yes, they said when the computer is finished being shut down, that this means that they will come.
Yes, that is disturbing. Furthermore, the information that the wormhole may be growing and be a sign of a weakness and possibly invaders coming through. It's less than ideal. But we will research. We now have yet another piece of preserver technology. I will requisition the other piece that you found Toxx earlier in your career. We are a science vessel, so in short, we will science at it.
And I'm sure that Deep Space Nine has measurements of the wormhole from when it first appeared. So if there's a comparison we can make, maybe we can get an idea of how much it's growing and how quickly.
Yes, we will contact Cisco at Deep. No, not Cisco.
Cisco's gone. Kira.
Oh, Kira.
Mhm.
Yes, we will contact Kira at Deep Space Nine and get that information, and we will work together on this. What the Federation does best. We will bring together disparate, different people, different ideas and ideologies, and we will become stronger through it. All right. Do you have anything else?
I regret that I could not make it so that we could get more information out of the situation, but I didn't feel comfortable making the call to let them close off our only way home and remove the profits from a whole people's way of life.
Speaking of, perhaps there are people who have such communication connections, since this does have to do with the wormhole. Perhaps it might be a good idea to try and contact the species inside the wormhole and see if they happen to know anything about what's going on as well.
Yes, we can help include them into our discussions.
Captain, if I may, I believe that the commander is being hard on herself. She did everything she could to be as diplomatic as possible.
Yes.
We were left no choice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was going to speak with her once this was over, but yes. Halada. I forget, does Halada have a last name?
No.
You are an officer of the Federation. You represent everything that command should hope for, that Starfleet as a whole should hope for. You attempted a peaceful solution. You attempted to learn. You attempted to communicate, to compromise. And when that couldn't be done, you protected our people. That is exactly as things should be done.
Thank you, sir.
All right. So the captain is going to put in. I think the word is accommodations, but I can't quite remember.
It's accommodations.
For Halada and Rozrin, and we will end our episode at the promotion of Ensign Stern to Lieutenant Junior Grade Stern for bravery in the face of danger, holding to the ideals of Starfleet, sticking around to help rescue her friends, and generally being an amazing con officer.
Nice.
Yes. Awesome.
Yay!
Fantastic.
All right. Before we break, would anyone like to have any scenes, sort of, with the other characters?
Yeah, I'm going to sit down with Anbara. I'll catch her in the Dapple Dough with my own pad and the tricorder that I was using.
Mhm.
And I'm going to put down the pad in front of her and just say, we've got a lot of work to do, right?
Obviously.
You understand the language at least minimally. I think that there's a lot of information that the preservers had bad ideas and bad intention and looked at things too coldly. But that doesn't mean that their technology is bad. We have a lot we could learn from them.
The amount of information that we could see just about encompassing the fabric of the universe is boggling. If we can just tap into even a fraction of that to understand all the other species and phenomena around us, that would just be incredible, wouldn't it?
It would. I'm very much looking forward to this technology and understanding what they could do and how we could emulate it.
Green.
I'm glad you were on the ship, Commander. I could not have done that without your understanding. I wish I had the understanding of other cultures like you do. Ironically, I only really understand their technology.
I mean, it's just, when it comes down to it, everything is just logic and patterns, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
But I felt something very profound at the end there. And there's still just so much that is just beyond our comprehension, that it is awesome and terrifying, but also exhilarating, don't you think?
That's exactly why I joined Starfleet.
I'm really glad that I also made it here myself. I I know that I am not the easiest to get along with a lot of the time, but I've really come to find a home here.
Captain makes that easy. Makes it
It
real. He makes it real easy.
It helps to have dependable crewmen also.
Yeah, you're right.
All right. So we will end the episode there. The camera will slowly pan out with Toxx and Anbara putting their heads together over the preserver pad and the
row
connected
of Genos.
Yeah. And we'll do a short time skip as more and more glasses get added. And so, yeah, that will do it for our episode. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. I hope you had a great time.
Yeah.
Don't forget. Don't forget about our shows coming up. We have Growing Shadows this Thursday.
Yep.
At 7 p.m. That's the Ninja Crusade game run by John. Then we have next Monday, The Voyages of. It will be the first episode run by Roxanne. So I'm really excited about that. I'm on that episode. Chagrin. I think Rozrin is also on that episode, but I can't remember exactly.
It's the Naked Nowhere, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, then he is.
Yep. And then we have next Thursday the Illuminated Page at 7 p.m. and that is the Call of Cthulhu game, and you said the season's
wrapping up. We are about at the end of it's been 2 years coming. Masks of Nyarlathotep story.
Excellent. And then we also have our lovely Roxanne and our lovely Matt starting this Friday on the Lore channel with the Rod of Seven Realms at 10 p.m. Eastern.
Yep.
All right. So feel free, again, if you really enjoying us, follow our channel here on Twitch. If you can subscribe, that'd be amazing. You have the Amazon Prime has a free Twitch subscription. And check out Rook and Rasp on all of our social media, Facebook, Twitter. So yeah. And so we had a great night tonight and looking forward to the next one.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.